Hello student, Namaskar. I am Dr. Syamsur Patel, Assistant Professor in ITM University Golia. So you are in 5th semester, that is 3rd year. I will teach you plant pathology subject and course number is PP311 and course title is Diseases of Field and Horticultural Crop and Their Management First, in which we include only field crop diseases. So today I will start unit number 4, that is diseases of sunflower, that comes under lecture number 21. First I will give outline of the today lecture. Then first is introduction to sunflower diseases, how many number of diseases and what pathogen are cause the diseases. So I will explain in introduction to sunflower diseases. Then what are the different objective of the today lecture, then economic importance of the today lecture, what are the different economics importance of the sunflower diseases. Then in today I will cover only 5 diseases of sunflower, that is downy mildew, powdery mildew, head rot, rust and mosaic. After covering these diseases I will give one exercise for today lecture. Then I will explain what are the different learning outcome of the today lecture. Then I also explain the research scope of the today lecture, and at last I will quote the reference from which I make the presentation. First, introduction to sunflower disease. As you know, the sunflower is a very most important oilseed crop in India as well as in the world. As I told earlier, in India there is a shortage of the oilseed and pulse crop. So government of India given more emphasis on the increase the production as well as area of the sunflower oilseed and pulse crop. So sunflower is very most important crop, and its oil mainly consumed in southern India, but nowadays in North India also we consume sunflower oil for cooking purpose. In sunflower crop, a number of diseases occur that caused by the fungal pathogen, bacterial, viral, as well as nematode pathogen, and some physiological and environmental factor also responsible for causing certain disease to the sunflower crop. So in today's lecture, I will cover only 5 diseases, that is downy mildew, powdery mildew, head rot, rust, and mosaic disease. These mosaic disease caused due to the viruses. Now, what are the different objective of the today lecture? So, to study the various diseases of the sunflower, as I told earlier, in today lecture, I include only 5 diseases, and in each diseases, I will explain the what are the causal organism of the pathogen, economic importance, and other things. Then detection and identification of the pathogen. In these, I explain the which factor or which pathogen causing that particular disease, and how we detect in the field condition of particular pathogen. Then to study the disease cycle, in which I explain the what are the primary host, primary inoculum, what are the secondary inoculum, and how these pathogen completed their disease cycle in the host. Then to study the management of various diseases, in which I explain the how we overcome the management or these disease situation in the field as well as in the farmers field. So if we manage the diseases in the farmers field, then we increase the production of the sunflower crop. Then in economic importance, as I told earlier, sunflower is the most prone to attacked by the number of pathogen and diseases. So a number of diseases affect the sunflower crop, and almost 20 to 25% crop loss due to the sunflower diseases. If farmer control these sunflower diseases, then they definitely they increase the production of the sunflower crop up to 20 to 25%, and by selling these sunflower crop they earn more money, and they also increase the standard of living of their family. So in first diseases, downy mildew. The downy mildew caused due to the plasmopara health study. These are the lower fungus, and comes under Umais quota, that is Umais. So these diseases are mainly reported from Latur and Bid districts of Maharashtra region, Marathwada region of the Maharashtra. Bid intensity ranges from 5 to 60%. And later the disease also reported from the Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh as well as in Tamil Nadu and in Madhya Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh region. So almost 10 to 25% crop loss due to the downy mildew disease, and this is a very devastating disease to the sunflower crop. In symptoms, a number of symptoms are being produced by the pathogen like damping of systemic infection, local infection, basal rot or stem galls. These are the symptoms produced due to the downy mildew pathogen, and most important downy mildew symptoms is the in a lower surface of the leaf there is a downy growth we see in the if a primary infection are infected by the downy mildew pathogen. If a severe infection is there, then the downy growth spread and also present on the stem as well as in the flower region. So in systemic infection, plant are severely stunted. Chlorosis start through the midrib, causing ultimately abnormality, thick downward curling leaves that show prominent yellow and green epiphyllous mottling. A hypophilous downy growth we can observe where fungus attacked in the stem as well as in the leaves. Flower heads of affected plant remain sterile, and local foliar lesion symptoms are characterized by the small angular greenish yellow spot on the leaves. Development of basal galls symptoms occur independently of the infection that result in systemic infection. And in infected plant, flower seed are erect and because they are not fertile or they are not they didn't contain any grain because fertilization of the pollen or ovary are not occurred. So as there is a you see in the photographs there is a in a lower surface of leaf there is a downy growth seen in the first photograph. There is a whitish color downy growth we can see, and in second photograph there is a plant are stunted due to the downy mildew fungus, and flowers are straight because no fertilization are occurred. Then in disease cycle, the primary infection of the crop occurred through soil borne oospore, and the secondary spread of the disease is through by wind borne sporangia and zoospore. So these pathogens also produce a resting spores such as oospore and chlamydospore, and these oospore and chlamydospore survive for longer period in the soil as well as in the infected plant debris. And whenever favorable conditions are available, these oospore and chlamydospore germinate and form a new fungus, and these new fungus infect the sunflower crop, new sunflower crop. In favorable condition, if a temperature ranging from 20 to 25 degrees centigrade and relative humidity more than 85%, and if at the time of sunflower cultivation the intermittent rainfall occur, so these conditions are very much favorable for development of the downy mildew disease in the sunflower crop. In management part, if we give regulatory measure for to prevent races other than race 1 of pathogen into India, so if we follow the strict quarantine measure for introduction of the foreign strain of downy mildew fungus to India, so by these quarantine measure we control the downy mildew diseases in the sunflower crop. Then next pesticide, if we follow spacing of 60 into 30 centimeter or 45 into 30 centimeter, then we control the downy mildew pathogen. And if we root out infected plant and destroy, so by these we control the downy mildew crop. We also give cropping sequence of sunflower followed by groundnut reduced diseases, and if we give seed treatment with metallixyl at the rate of 0.6%, that is apron 35 st, followed by furial spray with metallixyl at the rate of 0.2%, that is Redomil is effective. And if we grow a hybrid variety like LSH1, LSH3, KBSH1, Jwalamukhi, these are the highly resistant variety against downy mildew of the sunflower. So by these practices we control the downy mildew pathogen or disease in the sunflower crop. The next disease is a powdery mildew of the sunflower, and these powdery mildew are caused by the Erysipelas chicoraceanum. And powdery mildew, most important symptom of the powdery mildew is the there is a powdery whitish grayish powdery coat we can see in the leaf, and if severe infection is there, then these spores are whitish powder we can see in the stem as well as in the flowering part. In economic important part, this is the most common and under dry condition towards the end of the winter month. So if we adjust the planting time or we adjust the sowing time of the sunflower grass, then we control the powdery mildew diseases. In symptoms, there is a white to greyish powdery growth appears on the upper surface of the older leaf, but some leaves are remain green, and occasionally powdery growth we can see on the stem as well as in the bract. As the plant mature, black pinhead size Cleistothecia we can see in the white mildew area, and the affected leaves curl chlorotic, dry, and defoliation of the leaf also occur due to the powdery mildew pathogen. In pathogen characteristic, these fungus produce hyaline and septate mycelium, which is ectophytic, and send Haustoria into the host epidermis. Because these fungus is ectophytic, so they form Haustoria for sucking the nutrition. Conidiophore arise from the primary mycelium, and they are short and non-septate, bearing conidia in the long chains. And conidia are ellipsoid or barrel-shaped, single-celled, and hyaline. The Cleistothecia are dark globose with a hyaline or pale brown myceloid appendages. The asci are ovate. Each ascus produce 2 to 3 ascospores, which are thin-walled, elliptical, and pale brown in color. So these are the characteristic of the Erysippus chicoraceanum, and these Erysippus pathogen produce a Cleistothecia as a resting spore, and these Cleistothecia survive for longer period as a dormant stage for in the soil as well as the infected plant debris for longer period. In favorable condition, in dry humid weather and low relative humidity favors the disease development in the sunflower crop. And in disease cycle, this fungus is obligate parasite, and the disease permeate through Cleistothecia in the infected plant debris in the soil, and the ischiospore from the Cleistothecia cause primary infection, and secondary spread is through the windborne conidia. And these windborne because the conidia spread to the air, so within a very few days these disease spread to the all the field of the sunflower crop. Then in management practices, if we remove and destroy the infected plant debris, so by these we destroy the dormant stage of the powdery mildew pathogen and disease, we can manage the disease. Also, if we give deep summer plowing in the month of the May June, so by with the help of the high sun rays, these dormant stage are destroyed or died. And if we give seed treatment with a keratin or sulfur fungicide, then also control the diseases. And if we give spraying with the wettable sulfur at the rate of 0.3% or calyxin at the rate of 0.1%, by these we control the diseases. And next disease is a head rot, and these head rot are caused due to the Rhizopus species, and mostly the Rhizopus aureus is a most effective or most damaging stage for the head rot diseases, and that is Rhizopus aureus. So in economic importance, head rot generally affect the crop when there is a intermittent rain or drizzling during the heading stage. So as name indicated, head rot diseases are mainly occurred at the time of the flowering and the grain filling stage. And almost total loss may result from these diseases because of the poor filling and loss of the seeds. So these are the very important diseases for the sunflower crop, and almost 10 to 25% crop are lost due to the head rot diseases. In symptoms, the affected head show water-soaked lesion on the lower surface of the leaf. As you see in the photograph, there is a water-soaked and whitish mycelial growth we can see in the lower surface of the leaf. And these whitish water-soaked lesion then turn brown in the color, and the discoloration may extend to stalk from the head, and the Affected portion of the head becomes soft, pulpy, and insects are also seen associated with the putrefied tissue. The larvae, that is Helicobacter armigera, and the insect which attack the head pave a way of the entry of the fungal fish which attack the inner portion of the head and developing seeds. The seeds are converted into the black powdery mass, and the head finally wither and drops down with heavy fungal mycelial growth. Because in this disease, these mainly infection occur at the time of the heading and flowering stage. So because the sunflower heads are infected, so very less yield are obtained due to the diseases if severe infection is occurred. Then in pathogen characteristic, these fungus produce dark brown to black colored non-separate hyphae, and it produced many aerial stolones and rhizoids. Sporangia are globose and black in color with the center columella, and the sporangiospores are aplanate, dark colored and ovoid in the shapes. So these are the important characteristic of the rhizopus that caused head rot of the sunflower. Then in disease cycle, these fungus survive as a saprophytic in the host debris and in the other residue such as infected plant debris, and they infected these rhizopus also survive in the other host, and these diseases are mainly spread through the windborne spores. And in favorable condition, if prolonged rainy weather at the time of flowering occurred, and then at the time of these prolonged rainy season, and if at the time of insect attack are occurred, then these are the most favorable condition for development of the head rot disease in the sunflower. Then in management part, if we give treat the seed with the Thyram or carbendazim at the rate of 2 gram per kg, then we control the diseases. Then if we give we control the caterpillar that infect or they feed the head. So by these controlling these caterpillar, we control the head rot disease in the sunflower. If we spray Pentheon 1 ml plus betable sulfur at 2 gram per liter of water at the time of head initiation, then we control the diseases. If we spray Mancozeb at the rate of 1 kg per hectare during intermittent rainy season, and if we repeat the spray after 10 days if the humid weather persists, by these management practices we control the head rot of the sunflower. The next disease is the rust, and these rust are caused by the Puccinia helianthi, and these rust of sunflower is a very important disease in the sunflower crop, and almost 10 to 15% crop lost due to the sunflower due to rust diseases. And rust is the most common widespread and most severe disease of the sunflower, and the disease is most common in the temperate and subtropical region, and in severe in the winter month, and cause a considerable yield losses whenever it repeated appears in early stage of the crop growth. Under severe rust infection, the yield losses in a susceptible hybrid may be 10 to 30%. So in severe infection, if severe infection of the rust occurred in the sunflower, then yield losses up to 10 to 30%. Then in symptoms in rust, as you know that there is a most important symptoms of the in the leaf, there is a red erosion curl pustule appears in the leaves, and later they spread into the stem as well as in the floral parts. So small reddish brown pustule, that is Uridia, covers with the rusty dust, appears on the lower surface of the bottom leaves, and if infection later spread to other leaves and even on the green part of the head. In severe infection, when numerous pustule appears on the leaves, they become yellow and dry. The black colored atelia are also seen amongst Uridia on the lower surface of the leaf. So these are the most characteristic symptoms of the rust of the sunflower. Then in pathogen characteristic, most important questions are asked from the sunflower rust because these sunflower rust are autoecious. Autoecious rust means these Puccinia helianthai completed their life cycle in the sunflower itself. They don't though they don't require other alternate host or collateral host for completion of their life cycle. So this is a autoecious rust. And the pycnidial and acial stage occur on volunteer crop grown during off season, and the iridospore are round or elliptical in shape and dark cinnamon brown in color, minutely insinuate. Then teliospore are elliptical or oblong, toothed, smooth, walled, and chestnut brown in color with the long colorless pedicels. So these are the characteristic of the Puccinia helianthai. Then in disease cycle, the pathogen survive in the volunteer sunflower plant and the infected plant debris in the soil as teliospores, and this disease is spread by the wind-blown iridospores. And in favorable condition, if weather parameter like temperature of 25 to 5 to 30.5 degrees centigrade with relative humidity of 86 to 92% favors rust disease severity, and if the incidence of the rust increase with the age, the maximum being on 75 days old plant. So these are the most favorable condition for development of the rust pathogen. And then if management practices, if we remove and burn the infected plant debris in the field and also remove the volunteer sunflower plant, and if we follow the crop rotation for 3 years, then we control these are the cultural management of the sunflower rust. And if we also grow resistant variety like BSH1, these BSH1 variety is resistant to sunflower rust. If we spray the mancozeb or Janeb at the rate of 0.2% 2 to 3 times at the 10 days interval, then we control these rust diseases. And with the help of seed treatment by we Plantavax at the rate of 0.3%, by these we also control these rust diseases in the sunflower. The next disease is the mosaic disease of the rust, and this mosaic of the sunflower is caused by the viruses. And these are the very important diseases because of the management of the virus is very tedious and very difficult to control the viral diseases. In symptoms part, in infected plant, leaves show irregular yellow or light green patches alternating with the normal green area, and small chlorotic circular spot develop on the leaves which coalesce to form a typical mosaic pattern. So most characteristic symptom of the mosaic is we see the intermingle of the yellow and green patches in the leaves, and the cupping and malformation of the leaves also occur due to the mosaic pathogen, and these leaves are poorly developed, and also the root system are poorly developed, and reduction in the pollen fertility are the the most important symptom of the sunflower mosaic diseases, because fertility is pollen fertility is reduces, so grain formation also less. Then in disease cycle, this virus is transmitted through the sap, seed, and the white fly, that is Basinia tamaki, and the virus may also survive on the amaranthus as a collateral host. Then in management practices, if we root out the infected plant, and those plant are infected with the viruses, then we root out these planted, and if we spray the triazophas 1 ml or monocrotophas 1.5 ml per liter of water for controlling the white fly, then we control these mosaic disease in the sunflower. So in today's lecture, I cover the 5 diseases, that is downy mildew, powdery mildew, head rot, and rust, and mosaic disease. If you have any doubt, then you call me or contact me. I will try to solve your doubt. Now I will give exercise for today's lecture. So student should go to field and collect the dead disease sample from the sunflower field and make a herbarium file. And student also, after sample collection, student make a slide, and also they isolate these pathogen in the laboratory, and on the basis of the symptoms you expert to identify the diseases. And if people ask, or farmer asked in a sunflower crop which in these symptoms which disease occurred, then you have to identify and suggest good or proper remedial measure for controlling the diseases. Then in learning outcome of the today lecture, I explain the 5 diseases, that is downy mildew, powdery mildew, rust, head rot, and the mosaic, in which downy mildew disease is very most important. Rust disease, in the rust also very important in the temperate and subtropical country, where and in the winter month. And I also explain the causal organism, economic important symptom, favorable condition, disease cycle, and management of the each and every diseases. And I also explain the on the basis of symptoms how you identify the particular diseases. So these are the learning outcome of the today lecture. Then in a research scope part, student plan a research in 3 way. The student in first point, student should develop the eco-friendly management practices, in which they select the best trichoderma and pseudomonas strain for controlling the fungus and bacterial pathogen. And student should make a survey and screening of the particular sunflower diseases in the Chambal region. And after collecting the disease sample, they isolate in the lab and suggest or find to which pathogen or which strain is more virulent as compared to the other region. And student also may farm research for best botanical extract selection on the basis of the poison food technique for controlling the particular pathogen. So these are the research topic for the today lecture. So and these are the references from which I make the slide and presentation for you. And if you want to further study, then you go through this book, and you also search ICAR course in the website. So in today's lecture, I explained the 5 diseases. I explained the causal organism and other things. So after seeing my video, if you have any doubt, then you call me or contact me. You also ask questions in the webinar class and clear your doubt. So with this remark, I concluded the today lecture. So thank you for watching for my video. Best of luck.